backfield.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Haywood!
A shotgun snap for gone. This is caught. It's Cooks.
Oh, man. Too bad there's holding.
He's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Without the previous penalty.
Now, this is going to be a defensive battle.
Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health Sports Park. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas.
They're only 8 and 5.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and
nice try, Jason.
nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
You're
too slow, dude.
Time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Let's go!
Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him. Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
And that's caught left side. It's Woods.
Let's go, baby.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Call, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful.
11-0.
And that bumps their lead up even further. And, of course, on the 2.
And they just keep doing those run formations, don't they? 2 tight ends, 2 backs.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
We got to hold Elliott to under 50 yards, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress.
Amari, you tried.
As well as scores from earlier
You tried.
today.
The coach.
Right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On first down, it's Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. From the gun, here's Goff. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
The second down and 10th.
I need a few cheap yards.
As it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
I know it's hard to see inside the face mask of the defender right now, but I'm willing to guess that there's a nice little grin on his face because to make that type of a play downfield, you wonder if you're going to be able to make it. You know that if you don't make it, it's a big play that you're giving up. But when you do bat the ball away and you come back and you embrace your teammates, that's a lot of momentum you're bringing back to the huddle. Now you feel like they can't complete anything when they don't hit deep shots.
I'm going to get a little aggressive here.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
You ain't got nothing. Go, 12, go. 55.
Here we go on 4th. Gone.
Oh, dude, you caught it.
We're down to 8 seconds now.
You caught it.
Boy, it looked like he had it. And
he had it. Yeah, it's okay. We're still going to win.
Butt set. 82 is mine. I got 82 is mine.
1st down, Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Elliott running right. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
How's that not a sack?
Loses 4, and it brings up 4.
Get him, boys.
Yeah, see, our defense is just too good. They're not going to score much.
We go tonight. 120. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they...
18-0. Whew. Man, they're still going to run the ball. Of course they are.
50. 58, the money. You're trash.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Eric Weddle.
And down he goes.
We're sacking the hell out of this boy.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. Not losing with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Samson Abukum, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That's taken it around the 40. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Todd Gurley and the Rams offense set to take over. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared
now,
to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Hold on.
Goff now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown of the
24-0.
And the Rams add
24-0.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat
Oh, he's still
trick
juking.
here.
He's still playing.
Continues to go.
Once I hit the 4th quarter, I'll just sim the rest of it.
Here we go. Go right in. 59. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
A first down throw for Prescott.
Oh,
And the Rams got him. They bring him
golly.
down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Goodness.
Someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion.
Witten, you've been contributing beautifully.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Like 20.
And we're pretty quick.
DC.
He's coming. Double up.
Turbo set.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because they're
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
All right, one more score, and then we'll sim the rest.
This defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
To throw is gone. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way.
Really?
When they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out.
And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
31-0. Yeah, we're going to sim the rest.
So the LA Rams with a victory here.
Yep, we pretty soundly beat the Eagles,
this might be
or
about as good
the Cowboys.
as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for LA, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get another road test next week.
Yeah, Dak, you got sacked a million times, bro.
To take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,
Samson Abukum again. Dude's finesse moves are now 87. Plus 100 for the entire offensive line. Great. Plus 100 for the entire defensive line. And we still got 2 cupcake games left. Have we locked up the number 1 seed yet? Last time I've played the 49ers, it did not end well for them. I mean, that's pretty decent numbers right there. He just got to get his play recognition and awareness up. I mean, his speed is okay. Okay tackle. Good block shedding. You know? Decent. He's got decent skills. Yeah, we're just going to probably sim the rest of these 2 games. Yeah, we clinched home field advantage. This dude right here. Whew. He's got beat catching. It's pretty damn good. All right, let's sim these 2 games. We won. Got a lot of young players to upgrade. Okay, last game of the regular season.